So I am in the town of Kotzebue, above the Arctic Circle, and we're overlooking the Kotzebue Sound. What's amazing about this body of water, you look at it and you'd say this is the ocean, but in about a month and a half, this whole ocean is going to be frozen over, 3 to 4 foot deep ice. And folks who live here in Kotzebue will actually be driving across to the other side because wood is over on that side. There's not a lot of wood on the peninsula over here. And it's just one example of the amazing life that is lived up here in the Arctic. People are engaging in their traditional hunting of moose and caribou and seals, and that's what we've been seeing most of this day. I started down in Dillingham, down in western portions of Alaska, a little bit further south, where we saw traditional fishing of sockeye salmon. About 40% of America's wild seafood population comes from that area down in Bristol Bay, and we've protected that area from oil and drilling because it's such a sensitive site and people are so dependent on it for their economy and for their livelihood and for just sustaining their families. I think that everybody who has a chance to come up here will marvel at the incredible natural beauty of the state of Alaska. But the reason we're here in particular is to describe in real concrete terms what's happening with climate change. This is the ground zero where we're seeing the effects in terms of villages that are being displaced. This seawall that I'm standing on had to be built because the erosion was getting so bad that the road over here was being completely washed over. And people are having to adapt, and we're going to be helping them adapt. Some towns are going to have to be relocated. But understand that what's happening is not going to be contained unless we are serious about climate change. And there are things that we can do, both as a country and internationally, and each of us as individuals. Those of you who are interested in our climate change plan should go to whitehouse.gov and get more information about it. But make sure that you and your families are informed about why this is so important. When we see record-setting drought in California, incredible wildfires in Washington, flooding just because the tides come in South Florida. Those are all potential indicators of the enormous human and economic costs that can come about because of climate change. And if we transition to a clean energy economy, then we still have time to do something about it. If we continue to deny the science or think that this is something distant in the future, it's possible that it could end up being too late. And we want to make sure that our children and our grandchildren, not just here in Alaska, but everywhere, can enjoy the same incredible planet that God gave to us. Thanks.